Welcome, one and all, back to Power Rangers Centurion, the show which asks the question, how much damage can a Blue Ranger with a Blade Blaster do to her fellow Rangers? And also, what happens in a world where Ivan Ooze is unleashed on an unsuspecting city? Let's go around the table and do introductions. Bearing in mind today's episode, called Pleasant Memories, is going to be quite a bit about family. So we'll be learning a lot about each other and our Rangers today, and I'm very excited because I'm kind of letting the Rangers steer the way this is going to go today. Um, let's begin with Katie. Katie is here playing Leia. Hello, welcome.
I am Katie. I am playing Liam McKenzie, um, the Yellow Ranger, and yeah, I'm just here to, you know, be traumatized. It's fine.
You also do opera in your spare time.
It is a
Are you
thing.
doing? Are you in a new show?
I am. So I just got cast as Celia. No, Layla. I'm Layla. That's the right one. She's a fairy. She's a chaos fairy in Iolanthe, which is a Gilbert and Sullivan opera all about fairies and mortals and silliness, and she's awesome. I love it. I'm very excited.
I'm not writing down Chaos Fairy to add here in Centurion Ridge.
She's
That's
so
going to be the
she's so funny.
vibe.
She like pushes the plot along every single time. She's like, "Oh, we can't do this thing," and they're like, "Okay, let's do this other thing." And then she's like, "Oh, you can't." It's fantastic, and I love it. I love it so much. We're starting at the
Amazing.
end of August.
All right, fabulous. I look forward to that as a highlight to the end of my summer. Speaking of highlights to both the end of summer, the beginning of summer, all parts of summer, we have John Blair here again as everyone's favorite Pink Ranger, Felix Boucheron.
Oh, wow. Thank you for being here. Thank you for introducing me. Yes, my name is John Blair. You know me as the lovable, and perhaps a little bit overdramatic, and perhaps also a little bit obnoxious Felix Boucheron. I also play Brick Kerrigan on our podcast, Becoming Mighty and Morphin, soon to be Sentinels of Senior Year. And I just live in pink. If anyone has a Power Ranger game that they don't need a Pink Ranger for and instead need a Ranger of a different color, please let me know. I will be ready to do that. So thank you. Thank you.
I'm so excited for the switcheroo happening in season 2 that will force you to become every other color without ceasing.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yes.
So the non-pink Rainbow Ranger.
Yes, the non-pink Rainbow Ranger. Speaking of the Ranger that is a variety of different colors, we of course have everyone's favorite tech slash bard assassin, even though I don't know they're an assassin yet, slash whatever you're doing in All of the Worlds. It's Isabits, everybody's
Clairvoyant.
favorite. Clairvoyant. For anyone that has not watched the most recent episode of Light Clockwork, which happens on Sunday night, I believe there'd be some hearty disagreement about whether or not you're an assassin. I play a thief, so like I'm not mad about it. So yeah. And you are the Red Ranger. You play Jane Russell on yes. Yeah, that's you. You are watching this also by the grace of Isabits. If you want to hire Isabits for tech or editing, they are amazing at what they do. So,
No, they need to hire
but
you.
also pay people for their work.
Cool.
So, you know,
You
pay
do.
people. it's true. But also pay her, because if you don't, I'll find out.
You don't do it for the
Uh,
exposure.
Yeah.
Yes, but
That's
don't
what
turn
I'm
down
here for.
money if offered. Don't. Fair.
You need a business card that says "Pay me." You can just hand it to them. That way, you don't have to bring it up.
My name is Isabel Sweeney.
All right. And then, of course, we have our Red Ranger for here in Centurion Ridge. We have Grim, who is playing the fabulous Link. Hello, welcome.
Hi. Yes, I am, in fact, playing the Red Ranger. I'm playing Link. You can catch me Friday with Isabeth playing Roland the Wizard in Well of the Worlds. On Tuesdays, you can catch me on Lucas G Variety. We're playing alternating Fallout and Power Rangers. Yesterday, I was the Green Ranger. Next week, I will be the Vault Boy Lucky, who is, in fact, lucky. Not that the last session was actually good for him. Anyway, I'm also every other Thursday now playing Masks during Lucas G Variety's Gaming Gallimaufry. So if you've never played it but want to find out, it's a good chance to watch us play.
Love it. And as we always say about Well of the Worlds, your elevator does go all the way to the top. We took that
Yes,
clip
it does.
from that, and I was very thrilled to have found a new way to talk about people. Because I usually use the taco short of a combination platter, but I like the elevator doesn't go all the way to the top. So
Yes, and that was a masterful use of words from Ava. It was great.
it's true. Speaking of masterful use of words, everybody's favorite. I don't know if you're a metalhead or just a rock god as the Black Ranger. I was realized I was going to call you metalhead, and then I didn't know if you'd get offended by that.
I've been one of those for a long time. So.
Okay. It is your turn
Yeah.
if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I guess so. I'm Eric with Norse Foundry. You can't catch me anywhere else because I don't do anything else. But you can catch me at Gen Con at booth 643. That's the better of the two booths if you're going to go, because I'll be there. I am playing the probably not so popular with his teammates Black Ranger because he likes to be very disagreeable just to be disagreeable.
Oh, Leah likes you.
I mean, also some dick GM took your guitar away, even though you were like a Green Ranger. So like you're right to be grumpy a little bit.
We saved Santa together. How could you not like you?
Well, yeah, we did beat up a candle. I mean, that's
Yeah. It was an evil candle. It had it coming.
He had it
All right. Well, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you all who are watching. For all the people playing Rangers today, do not forget to take your story point just for showing up in this episode. It is a great way to change the direction of the story and the fortunes of the story, as well as you and the audience can also contribute to the direction of the story. If you're watching us live on Twitch, thank you. If you follow us here on Twitch, you can follow us and then you can give a story point to your favorite ranger just by following us, or you can give it to your favorite GM if you want to. You can also donate different bits to us, and bits will allow for the rangers to do more fantastic things, including the always loved Morphin Master Point, which is what you get if you subscribe to us today. It is just as cool as it sounds. It is time for another day in Centurion Ridge. Whatever unfolds will be magical. Let's go ahead, Rangers. It's time to get more phenomenal. Hello, everyone. Hello, Rangers. Let us settle in to the pleasant life that is Centurion Ridge, that is definitely not under the thrall of Ivan Ooze, in which there are going to be no inconveniences today from Ivan Ooze. Absolutely no plans. Don't worry about it. We will start today. It's the day after we left off. So basically, you liberated the TV station as you crept out of the TV station so no one would see you. You did save it, but your brain might be dwelling on the fact that Ivanus does know where you live. Um, you did make it back to Ernie's. Maybe you had some conversation before you rested, but now it's morning, you're all fully recharged, and it's kind of time to start the conversation in earnest about who goes to check out what family home. In order to have that conversation, uh, Jules, you're going to wake up first. You kind of wake up not just thinking about your family, probably, would you say? All right. Well, you're trying to think about your family, dwelling on them, figuring out if you want to convince your ranger friends to go with you, if you want to go by yourself, etc. Um, it's hard to concentrate though, because there's this high-pitched whine noise coming from like downstairs. You can't
It's
quite
Felix.
tell. It doesn't sound like snoring. It sounds like unless you've suddenly developed a like C3PO style hum, it does not sound like snoring.
No, you said whining, so I
Well, yes, but it's like whine, like someone using a power tool, less whining like someone complaining about the situation. Well, there are no birds tweeting, which is a little disconcerting. But it's let's say it's 7, 8 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah. So you end up in the courtyard, um, where Freddy is using the diamond tip drill they had been trying to fix up when you went toward the TV station. They've kind of opened up a small hole in one of the walls in the opposite side of the courtyard. They're listening to like music. They got like big headphones on. They're like singing "Mighty Mighty Boss Tones," um, off key, might I add. So yeah. By the way, everybody else is going to start waking up slowly, but Jules is the first one to like hear this whine. So you're the first one to see, and then you start smelling something. No, but there is a like really thick like construction cord that you plug into like outdoor electricity. Words are hard when you're a GM. You know what I mean. Extension cord. Yes. All the rocks around are kind of pointy masonry-ish, so you can, but they're all kind of like jagged and sharp. And you might actually do some damage, which would be uh yes, there is there are like burrito wrappers hanging out on the floor. Freddy is an excitable soul, but he's not what you would call a clean soul necessarily. Yes, you unplug it and he doesn't notice right away, but while he's right in the middle of the royal oil chorus, he kind of notices and he looks down, he looks up, and he looks back. Oh, and he sees, he goes, "Oh, hey!" He takes off the headphones. He goes, "Oh, hey! Good morning." Oh, do you think so? Oh, I didn't sleep last night, but yeah, maybe it is. I made a hole. I made a hole. I wanted to make sure I got this tool working, and I made a hole in the wall. It's super cool. So like, except for the snow, we can get in the bowling alley now. Yeah. I mean, except for the fact you can smell the sewer, it's a really good hole. I'm gonna make a bigger hole because I want to get back in bowling alley. But except for like the smell, it's a really good hole. Oh, the smell is awful. Yeah, it's like the sewer. Yeah, no, it's really bad. Yeah. Jules, do you have small town roots? Okay. Actually, give me. Do you have a science or yeah? Give me a science. Science or survival, whatever is your bigger skill. Yes, give me that science roll. Okay. What did you get? It is. That's fair. Um Ernie is like groggily walking around with like a thing of cup of noodles, and he's grumbling under his breath about the noise as well from inside. And that's kind of the scene that the rest of you come downstairs to as you slowly filter down, looking for sustenance that you don't have in unless you're staying in your rooms. But yes, if anybody else wishes to inquire about the sewer smell and or the hole, the sewer smell is going to be slightly unavoidable. The longer the hole is there. So, good morning, all. The one good thing
Um,
about the smell of the sewer is the longer you're in it, the less you're going to notice it. So, that's one good thing about today.
oh, that's
It's fine. It'll be fine. It's fine.
Felix is gonna make his way down the stairs and greet his newfound family and friends and he's gonna walk up to Freddie and notice the hole and is going to say, Freddie, your hole smells bad.
Oh, I
You
know. It's the sewer. It's the sewer smell.
Why is your hole exposed like this? Is
Well,
there a way
I
for
like
us?
no, I like to test the tools, and you see, so this is a diamond tip drill, and you really can't do much
So
unless you work against masonry, right? So I thought, this bowling alley has been abandoned for years. They have the whole thing where it collapsed in the basement. So you got the sewer smell, but like. I thought this would be a good thing to make sure this tool works because then we can sell it. The smell will go away eventually. That's just how science works.
um yeah, so you're trying out your new tools inside of your hole here. And did you say bowling alley?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, I guess you don't. Yeah, this was a bowling alley. Yeah,
Interesting.
I mean technically it's still a bowling alley. It's just abandoned. Like,
So did we have to drill the hole here? Was this the best place for your hole?
well, the other wall wasn't abandoned, and then the fourth wall is like fencing. So I wasn't gonna drill through the fence.
Okay, honestly, Freddie, this whole talk about your hole is getting me a little bit I have to walk away.
Some
Can
people
we-
just aren't morning people.
Can we? Ugh. No, seriously. Can we get the stink to go away?
Are you asking Freddy? You're talking to other people.
It's just, and he's saying that in general.
Apparently, it's super important for us to get to the bowling alley, and that's where the smell's coming from.
No. The bowling alley must be sealed off forever if that's the smell.
Ernie looks up from his newspaper and goes, "You just gotta let him do it. He just has to get that out of his system. He gets super excited. If you didn't, he'd just talk about it nonstop. Just quirky. It's this whole thing. You just gotta let it go. It'll be fine."
But it smells.
Well, yeah, it's a sewer smell. Sewers aren't great, just like generally speaking. I'll turn on a fan. I think the fan might help.
I'm not gonna be able to eat breakfast with that stink. I'm hungry. Link's gonna go back upstairs and fumble around to make himself something to eat.
That's fair.
Felix is
eventually,
gonna go up. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No. Please, you first.
So Alex is going to finally roll down. Probably about 10 minutes later, he's got his headphones on. He's got his leather jacket on over his tank top. He's wearing his sleeping pants that look like jeans, and he's got pink bunny slippers on. And he stops at the hole, looks at it, and goes, "That's a righteous hole. You should probably turn the fan on, though. I like the hole." And
It's a good hole. I mean, if you like bowling, it's a great hole because it goes to a bowling alley.
no, I don't like bowling, but it's still a nice hole. So
Yes, Freddy has a nice hole.
So basically, a lot of people are awake. If you have small town roots or you've lived in Centurion Ridge all your life and have not rolled survival, please roll survival now. I know that Leia hasn't, so I'm not gonna.
I'm not from here. I don't think that
Yeah.
I would have.
I have both of the things you described.
That's great.
I have neither.
It is not telling me what roll you got. What roll did you get?
Just say 20.
Uh, why? What's happening?
Yeah,
Steve's science roll.
if you have lived here all your life, please do give me that survival roll.
Nope.
That's a 7. 7 is not enough. That's okay.
Of course not.
That's all right. Everybody is oh, that's a 2. That's not gonna
Very bad.
It's not gonna
Very bad.
not gonna grate. You're still thinking about the smell coming from the bowling alley.
Jules has only lived here like 2 years. Does that count? Is that long enough or no?
Not long enough for what you need.
Okay.
I was going to ask if I could make the roll with Edge, since I have both lived here my entire life, and I have small town roots.
Sure. If you want to make that roll with Edge, you can go again. As Leia, you can describe what you're doing when you wake up. Or are you just going to lounge in bed all day and let everyone else decide? Make them all come to you.
Well, that's not a bad idea, but yeah, she's just gonna sort of roll out of bed, slightly annoyed that it is once again daylight outside. And she is in her, like, I don't know, pajama pants and a sports bra, and she just kind of throws her hair up in a ponytail and walks on downstairs for some coffee.
All right, so Link with that 13. It takes you a few minutes to realize this, but you've heard Freddy say the word sewer enough, it's kind of pinging in your brain. This bowling alley, you remember it was kind of a big to-do because they redid like zoning laws, which you don't know exact zoning laws, but like it became a thing about how they built new house structures after. Basically, the floor of this bowling alley collapsed in on itself, and so it essentially slides down into the sewer. But what's interesting about this is that the sewer system in the city connects. And so it's not a giant leap to say if you wanted to get around to a location undetected, this bowling alley might not be a bad way to do it if the smell can get cleared out enough.
Okay, so I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. All right.
What's the
Start
good
with the
news?
bad news so it gets better.
All right. So the bad news is the reason why it stinks is because this place goes directly into the sewers. Like the floor is sloped, sewers, like it's unusable as a bowling alley. The good news is because it is direct access to the sewers. We now have a way we could potentially stinkily sneak around the city.
And find turtles.
Maybe.
I would also say technically you could use it as a bowling alley. It's just like really high angled bowling at a certain point. So technically you could still bowl there. Success rate probably would be very high though.
Yeah, he's gonna just say it's basically useless as a bowling alley. He's gonna stick with that.
I will also give you a fun fact about the bowling alley that you know because you wanted to be an extra. They filmed the Disney Channel original movie Alley Cat Strike there. Yes, they filmed that. They filmed portions of it there. It was like B-roll. So like no actors took place there, but they had like extras cheering. So it was like part of that. It just takes you some time because it's early and it smells. So
Yeah, he's gonna keep that tidbit to himself
okay.
because
Yeah.
he didn't make it as an extra even though he tried, and that's kind of a sore spot for him.
Just so you know, we're adding color to the world today. Okay, so you know that about the so Freddie seems very excited about creating this giant hole on the side of the building into the abandoned bowling alley. And except for the noise and the smell, it's good, and it will probably distract Ernie long enough for y'all to have a conversation about what you want to do, because especially for those that have parents living in Centurion Ridge or siblings, um, the longer you're awake, the more your brain is like, oh yeah, I have a news. Definitely knows where our parents are, which begs quite a few questions. Um, but that is, it feels a little urgent. I would say.
Yeah.
I would garner to guess. So
Felix is going to go up to Jules and basically just kind of like tiptoe around her and ask.
Jules pulls out her
Modest-
blade blaster.
Yeah, no
Got
gun
even
in the hand, I
morphed.
hope.
It is morning time and coffee has not been happened yet.
Right. So, Jules, you were the first one up this morning. That's different for you. I feel like you're usually, huddled up in your room until we have to drag you out of there to go on some fancy adventures. There's something on your mind?
No, I mean, I'm worried about my parents, but it was just that noise, that really annoying noise, that got me out of bed, and then the smell. Just
Right. Your parents? Are you worried that maybe Ivan has got to them, or something bad might be happening?
I don't know. When we were in the TV station, I swear I saw my house on one of the screens, which I know sounds stupid, but I swear I saw my house.
I saw my house too. I thought it was just me.
And Leah kind of just goes, yeah, I thought it was me too. So, did we all see our houses?
I saw my house on Google Earth once.
Did you see
Well
it
done.
when we were at the TV station?
No, but I don't live here, so.
That's fair.
Okay. Felix, did you see yours?
My house might have been up there. I don't really remember. I was kind of I don't know. We were fighting that giant version of Ooze, and I didn't really have time to look at the TVs. He says as he kind of like darts his eyes around the room.
Insight check.
But
oh,
if
wait,
you're,
wrong game. Sorry.
I mean, if anybody wants to roll to see if he's lying, we do have a mechanic for that.
Yeah, actually, I think well, what is the mechanic for that before I say that?
The mechanic for that, as I roll to look at skill specializations, anytime you want to do that, you'd roll persuasion, because truth is part of persuasion if you're trying to find out the truth, and if you're actively trying to lie, then it's deception. But if you're trying to figure out who's telling the truth, give me a persuasion roll.
I think I will.
oh my gosh,
That's
okay.
great. Just, you don't know a lot about body language, but you read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and your father always acted out the Captain Nemo parts. So, like, you know about sailors and captains lying. So, like, the dart of an eye, the body language.
Looking left.
No.
Not being super honest with you right now.
So,
All right, cool. Well,
we're all supposed to be working together, right? So how about why don't you try telling us the truth?
listen, I think we should go check out your houses and make sure your families are okay. I'm not saying that is something we shouldn't do. In fact, I think that's something we should do. I don't know why all of a sudden all of these eyes are on me.
Well, because we were
Well, it's only
asked.
polite to look at you when you're talking.
Yeah, and I mean, we asked you a very specific question, and then you lied. So, did
he lie?
He did.
I feel like
I don't know if I lied. I just told you that we were in the heat of battle and I didn't notice if my house was up on a TV screen. I don't know if that constitutes as lying.
It's like right above your head, like a light flicks on, like it's a Law and Order thing, and then Artie like shuts it off and goes, "Oh, that's where that switch goes to." You just like hear that from the background.
okay. So I was gonna suggest we go to all of
Objection!
the houses. So, I mean, even if you didn't see your house, I think it's probably better if we check out the families. Because if 3 out of 5 of us saw our houses, well, there's a problem.
That's just math. That's just how
Well
math works.
said.
Felix, is there any reason why you aren't telling us what you saw?
No, there's no reason I mean, all I'm saying is some of us saw our houses. I was busy with these robot camera things that were definitely a trap somehow, but I for some reason thought they were a good idea. But and then I noticed that Jules was up and she looked like she had something on her mind, so I thought I'd ask about it. And if we all have these, if Ivan News has locations of our friends and family, maybe we should investigate that. Since they rolled persuasions, do you want me to roll a deception?
Yeah, actually, you could roll deception, or because you're doing like a speech thing, you could actually roll persuasion to try to make them think you're telling. So you could roll deception or you could roll performance if you want to. Actually,
Performance. Ironically, my deception and persuasion dice are better than that one. So.
okay. Let's see if you can get yourself out of the very awkward situation that you now find yourself in.
The girls are like,
yes.
Try again.
Okay.
Alex is like, whatever.
Oh.
That's a critical
18.
success.
Felix, so Leia, in your mind, it's like a Shakespearean. Someone doth protest too much, and it's more like the longer you all stand here arguing, the more whatever Ivan is up to is a problem, and Felix is obviously just not feeling like he can trust you, which just might be better to deal with that feeling later, or while on the road potentially.
All right. So Leah's gonna look at him and just be like, okay, I mean, if you're sure that you didn't see your house, that's fine. Maybe on the way home you can let us know why you don't trust us, but it's fine. So she just kind of goes off.
I just want to
get
make sure
dressed.
your families are safe. I don't know how I became the bad guy in this situation.
Alex tosses him a donut, says, just bury those feelings with pound food. Go ahead.
Ooh, donuts.
And then
Do we have
eat
donuts?
the donut.
If you don't trust us, we can't. Oh,
Anyway, I'm gonna go
No.
check out Freddy's smelly hole.
From
By the
fan
way, before we go back to talk of holes, donut or otherwise, I will let you know that I did mention this in passing last episode, but the roads are now open, so you can choose to ask Freddy to use their van. You could use your own. Actually, you can't use your own vehicles because they are currently trapped in the mall parking lot, unless you want to try to get them back. But you could also, it will take a very long time and is probably the worst idea ever, but you could also try public transportation or just walking. But yeah, so you have some options. You could even hotwire a car if you want to. It's not the Ranger way. I don't know what'll happen if you do it, but like, you can do anything you want.
Or we could go by sewer.
The hole is not big enough to get into the bowling alley yet. That will take time. That will take a few days' time.
Oh, good.
Oh, then I'm not checking out Freddy's hole. I thought we could like walk down it already.
No, you can like see into it. Like you can see like one of those big like whiteboard bowling alley. It's like old school bowling alley technology. Like it's like from Pleasantville or something. So yeah, it's not big enough. Like you can't like climb into the hole and go down to the sewer yet. But that you will be able to do that later if you so wish.
I'm sure Felix is pleased to know that Freddy has a tight hole.
Yes, that's all fine and well and dandy.
When you do another short, please do Freddy's smelly hole.
I'm just gonna cut the word hole together a whole bunch of times to see if it's under a minute. But just to keep the episode going, the real thing right now is to decide how many of you want to go to which locations, because all 5 of your residences, assumedly, are either being watched or have been pilfered, or Ivan is currently there. Who the heck knows? It could be anyone. At least 3 of you saw the outside of your homes, your lovely, lovely homes, on Ivan's screen. So it's really kind of up to you where you all go. What feels important to you to do.
which houses have kids? Maybe we should go there first.
Mine
if any
does
of us
not.
have little sisters.
And I have an older brother.
Does he live at home?
Uh,
Have you figured that out yet?
yeah, he lives at home.
What about you? Do you have any younger siblings?
I have a roommate, but she's about 80.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, it's just me and my parents at my place. What about you, Felix? Do you have any younger siblings?
Felix is kind of like separated himself from the conversation and just says no quietly.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
No hurt feelings, not at all. I think we should probably check out Link's house first. Do we know maybe which like distance? Maybe we could do a circle.
I think we should hit the closest place first, and then figure it out from there.
Probably logistically smart.
And I normally take the if I want to come downtown, I normally take the number 7 bus. I don't know if that helps any of the rest of you.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
So,
Does Ernie have like a map,
Uh,
like hanging out anywhere?
I mean, if you ask Ernie, Ernie has like a map of the city of Centurion Ridge. Number 7 is a frequent service to downtown bus line too, which is quite nice. It runs once every 20 minutes, which is pretty good.
Way better than Pittsburgh
is.
transport.
We could just look at our
first-
phone and see which one's
Oh, that's
closest.
right. We have communications again. Forgot about that part.
Do we? Are the phones working again? Like, are they actually working?
Has anyone tried them since you got in?
Do that.
No.
I play music on mine.
Yeah, I play music on mine too, but I'll pull out my phone and pull up a map of the city. Does it actually pull up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to make you roll for that. Yeah. It pulls up map, yeah.
Well, I live here, and she kind of like scrolls into a neighborhood that's about maybe 2 or 3 miles away from the university.
When you actually scroll to your house, your finger grazes it, and you get a little one of those little ping things that says, "Coming soon, Ivan Ooze's House of Wonders."
That sounds like fun.
Okay, but like, why do I feel like our people are gonna be attractions at the House of Wonders? Like, why is that what it feels like? It feels like maybe possibly like we could walk into this House of Wonders and see like mannequins that look like our people. Just the
Do we
thought.
have to pay to get in?
Probably not if our family are part
That's
of
not
the
my
attraction.
family.
Don't make.
When we scroll over the other people's houses, do they also have like a Ivanus pin sign?
Are they all there?
When you scroll to who is scrolling to their home next? Just to see.
I put my phone in Leah's hand and say, "Check your house."
Yeah.
Hold
I'll
on.
do that.
Your house is only a few miles away from mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, then here, which one's your house?
Yeah. No, you have to. His house is literally like a mile and a half away down another road at the entrance of like this older neighborhood. See, it's right there.
When you put your finger over your home, it goes Ivan Ooze's dojo, karate kick your way to success. It's like a little ad.
Wait, does he know I studied karate in the nearby dojo?
Felix is gonna take the phone out of their hands and give it to Leia and go, "Okay, now you."
She'll drag over to like, she lives in the city, like in like the city proper, and she kind of just opens it up.
Ivan Ooze's seaside roller rink. All the wheels you could want.
This is bad, guys. She hands it back to me.
Okay, well, yeah. If Leia's I'm gonna give the phone back to Jules. If Leia's house is the closest, we should head there first, and then maybe to Jules and then to Lynx, or Lynx and then Jules, or whichever one is closer.
Yeah.
But do we want to go together or separately? Do you want to split up, or should we go?
Yeah, I think we should go together. I don't think that we should split up. It'll take longer, but I think it's safer.
Yeah.
I mean, in Scooby-Doo, they always had success splitting up, so, that always...
I mean, I watched this show about these teenage kids that had suits that always split up, and...
Never goes well.
I'm just here leading the charge.
I mean, if we're gonna split up, since Link and I live down the road from each other, we can go there. But I still don't think that's a good idea.
No.
I mean,
out of GM, Isabeth, is anyone in the chat like, split up, don't split up? Is anyone like yelling at us right now?
No, not yet, no. And we're not gonna take, I'm making a command decision. We're not, even if they do, I'm not gonna say anything.
All right, fine. Next time on Destination Investigation, should they split up or not? Um,
I wouldn't mind.
by the way, Alex, if you ever bother to actually check, you have like Ivan Ooze's House of Retro Guitars. It's
I
just like
kind
a
of
little
figured since I
sound
was
wave.
crashing on a couch with a bunch of scumbags, it just said "nah, pass."
Fine.
It's interesting to note that happens, though. Like, you might be a little surprised by that.
I will say, and I'm only doing this because her birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday, Lottie. Lottie says that we should split up.
So
I think Jules and Felix should definitely go together.
Oh man!
I'm not saying we should do it. I'm
So
just saying.
happy.
I'm
Thank
just
you,
saying that she's the
I mean,
only
I'm
one
down
that
to
I
go
would
with
say that
whoever.
for.
I mean, if the problem we have is if we
if we do split
if
up,
these
it's
places are being
not-
watched and we get split up, we're making ourselves vulnerable.
Can we? But we would be able to like port to each other, right? Like if something happens, we can like do the thing and transport to our friends, right?
I mean, unless
As
all of us
far
get attacked
as-
at the same
as-
time.
As far as you're aware, you cannot yet teleport.
Should we roll like
Here's
a
the thing,
D4
here's what's
to?
gonna happen is if we do split up, it'll be Felix and Leah together because the rest of you are like right next to each other, and it's just gonna be Leah trying to figure out why Felix doesn't trust her the whole time.
Actually, I feel like it's more like Jules and Link are the two that are close by.
That's what I mean.
Right, but where approximately is this crash pad that Ace?
Oh well, if I look at my house is in Stone Canyon.
Yeah, he's not
Right, that's what I'm saying. Is like, where's the
Yeah.
crash pad?
You know that crappy hole in the wall bar downtown? Yeah, it's above that.
Yeah. See, so where's Felix's place?
We don't know
He
yet.
lives
That's
next door.
him.
No, like what part of town is your place of residence, Felix?
He hasn't told
I think he's a Ninja Turtle because he keeps trying to get into the sewer. He's just trying to go home.
I mean, I think he's got a fascination with certain holes.
me.
Maybe he just likes the smell.
All right, let's put the kibosh on that for now. I feel like we've reached the end of that particular line of reasoning. Just so we actually get something like decided before we take our break, because we're about 10 minutes away from that. You don't have to split up. I'm encouraging it because I'm the GM and I like things spicy, but there is wisdom to sticking together. It just means that it will take you longer to get to each house. It does mean if you're traveling in a group, you may have to look out for places to morph because people are going to start coming out of their homes at some point. They can't stay inside forever. So it's really up to you about how you want to proceed.
Do we want to maybe roll like a D4 and odds and evens go together?
I
I
would
want to
say
go to the
roll.
front house.
I would say if you want to roll a d20, because if you roll a d4, everybody will get like a 3. And then you will be right back where we started, to be honest. So if you want to leave it to the whims of the dice god, roll a d20.
Well, I think it makes more sense if we're gonna split up. Like I said, I think Link and Jules should go at least the two of them because they live literally right down the street from each other. I think if we're gonna roll, we should do like high, low, or even odds to see if we stay together or split up.
You could even have Link and Jules go as a scouting party because you can still talk to each other. Potentially.
Potentially.
I still say Jules and Felix should go together because nothing bad could happen there.
You just want to see Felix
Definitely
get
no,
shot.
definitely no stray shots for sure. Well, yeah. If they want to go together, Leia and I rolled even numbers, so we can be in like our own little group, and then
This won't go poorly at all.
But you know, if we split up, we cannot go to your own houses because that's the superhero thing. You have to go to the different villain to, because they'll have the perfect
Oh,
trap
I didn't even
waiting
think
for
about
you.
that.
I mean,
come on, Link. You read the comic books. You know this. Come on.
okay, so but here's the thing. I'm more of a I'm more of a martial arts movie guy, and that's how you have that epic like showdown with your rival is when you go home and they have that perfect trap and you're supposed to win. Comic books kind of
Look, I watched Cobra Kai, and Johnny and what's his name had to switch because they couldn't get it done.
I'm at least gonna go look to see what's going on in my house. I don't know necessarily that I will go in, but I'm at least gonna go home and
hold on.
See
I
what's
have an
going
idea.
on.
Communications are back. I'm gonna call my brother.
While everyone is talking about what they're gonna do, Felix is gonna go and ask Freddy for the keys to the van.
Freddy is very concentrated on using the tool that he has, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sure. Just don't leave it on empty, because I will never remember to fill up the tank, and then we'll all be screwed." Yeah. His keychain has a little chocolate cereal Dracula mascot on it that is legally distinct from the chocolate cereal mascot that we think about in this universe.
Sure.
And he has another little keychain that has the Serial Hawks manga cover on it. Very distinct. So you'll know to give it back to him. So
cool. Well, I have the keys to the van, so if anyone wants to go anywhere, I will be out there waiting for you all to figure out our plan of action. He's gonna walk out to the.
I suppose if we're going someplace, I should put some real clothes on.
I'm gonna make some coffee real quick, and then we can.
So Link, when you call your brother's phone, what do you expect to have happen? Like, how does your brother normally answer?
New phone, who dis? Could this be a text?
He's more likely to actually go, yeah, actually, why aren't you texting me?
Your brother surprisingly answers your call, but your brother does not speak. All you hear is the sound of an ice cream truck and a jingle that we've discovered recently is full of racism, but you know it's an ice cream truck jingle because it is a very distinct sound. And that is where we will pause to take our 10-minute break. Very excited to see what happens and both the risks and reward to come. And we'll see everyone in 10 minutes for more of Power Rangers Centurion. We are back. Hello again, everyone. So Felix, as you start up the van to go wherever y'all are deciding to go, you do notice a like cassette tape deck. It's very retro, and there's like a box of cassettes under the seat, and one of them is the legally distinct yet just as compelling C Team from the team that had another part of the alphabet in them, but with that same kind of jaunty, almost martial kind of thing. He also does weirdly have the cassette soundtrack to Hogan's Heroes, um, which may leave you with more questions than answers. But yeah, there's a whole like cassette thing going on, very very retro. But you're just in the van. You do notice that Freddie has actually installed seats in the van for you all now. Apparently, he was bored enough to install car seats for everybody, which is nice.
So we can all fit in the van, nice and comfy, like.
It's true. There are no seatbelts. So anyone worried about Johnny Law, just be aware there are no seatbelts. But also, Johnny Law's not paying attention to y'all right now because Ivan Ooze is still on the loose.
Okay, so everybody in the van. We will bring coffee and donuts.
So where are we headed, boss?
I don't know. We need to go to the closest place. I think we should just stick together. I'm going to make an executive decision.
All right.
So that tracks.
Sounds like Leia's house.
Sounds like.
So you're going to begin driving. I don't have a picture of it to show. I have a picture of some of the places, but not. So, Leia, you have a like 80-year-old neighbor that you're really fond of. Like, do you have tea together in the garden? Do you like sew and knit together? Does she regale you with stories of her days as a secret paratrooper fighting Nazis in World War II? Like, what does your 80-year-old neighbor do that has endeared you so
I
dearly?
mean, if she were in World War II, she was 10. So
Well, there were people that were 10 during World War II, so it's
I
very
know, but she wasn't
possible.
doing anything. All right, let's say 90, because then I just had a canon brain thing that I
Okay,
want her to be.
sure.
So actually, she and I live together. She's my roommate. Um,
Okay.
and yeah, so we have tea. We met a couple years ago on a park bench. She was feeding the pigeons, and I was very tired, and she just kind of sat with me for a little while. But yeah, no, every day we talk about different things, and she definitely was pretty badass back in the war. Um, but yeah, so she's just kind of, her name is Evelyn, and she's my best friend.
Do you live together in a small house? Do you live together in an apartment complex, so it's like a series of apartments,
No,
or
it's a little house. It's like a little
a little
bungalow.
house? Okay. Perfectly fair. So it's not hard to find in driving. There aren't a ton of people out driving yet. People are still very wary, and every time someone like steps out of their house, it's not you. Like Ivan decides to shoot a bolt of lightning across the sky. Some of those people are still like mostly indoors. Um, it's actually kind of unnerving because everyone's so used to the idea of a busy city. So when it's not busy, like you feel and hear the silence more. um, People have their TV and their phones back, so they also feel like they don't have to leave quite so much. Lights are starting to get repaired. So every now and then, even though it's daytime, you will pass by a um, street light that will flicker on and off like someone is testing the system. You do start to see pigeons more and more as you roll up. And like as you roll up, you actually disturb this thing of pigeons. And as you get out of the van, if you're getting out of the van, Leah,
Hmm.
as you get out of the van, like there are pigeons hanging out, and they're kind of making a concentric circle around the walkway and just like cooing and not paying attention to anyone. But it's very like circle of pigeons in the sidewalk near your little house. It's very strange.
What are a group of pigeons called? I'm afraid that the answer is
A creep of pigeons. That's what I'm gonna call them. It's just a
okay.
creep of pigeons. A group of pigeons. I'm actually gonna look it
She's
up.
gonna walk around them. She's not gonna walk through them because that's slightly terrifying.
They're just called a flock, by the way. A
Oh, it's
group
just a
of
flock?
pigeons is yeah, it's just
Oh,
a flock.
that's boring.
They don't have a specific name. Yeah,
That's boring.
yeah.
If you had said a murder of crows, it'd be a different
No,
story.
that would be too on the nose. A murder
Yeah.
of pigeons. Every time you try to go around them to get to the sidewalk, they kind of move with you as though they are determined for you to cross the line.
So Leah always has a pocket full of birdseed.
Great,
So she's gonna take some out of her pocket and just kind of like throw it away from her.
great.
See if that does anything.
So there is a role in this game called animal handling, which like nobody ever uses for anything, which I should
Um,
probably do more for some of the animal themed villains. But please roll me animal handling to see how your pigeon is anyone getting out to watch this pigeon event?
Yeah, Felix is out of the van as well.
15
Yeah.
in animal handling.
15 for animal handling is very good. That's going to get you where you want to go most of the times. Yeah, so as you spread the bird seed, they just kind of start flying away.
Okay. And she's gonna just bolt to the door and put her key in the lock and open the. She's not even gonna worry about anything. She's just gonna go in and start calling for Evelyn.
Give me a.
Sorry. Should have checked for traps.
We get one of those. So you've just
I
fulfilled
know.
the Lamar quota. Give me a survival roll, please. Actually, yeah, give me a survival roll.
Because why not?
Yeah. Felix, are you also rushing, or are you just like being helpful and hanging back?
I'm being
Well,
helpful. I'm not rushing.
Once you get inside, I'll want you to make me that survival roll, unless you're doing something outside.
no, 12.
Oh,
Uh,
I can.
It is a little chilly in here. Like somebody left the AC on a little too long and a little too much.
Which is weird because Evelyn's very, very old. She doesn't handle cold very well. She's gonna look around to see if she can see if like can she is it definitely the AC? Like would I be able to like walk over and turn that off?
You can't find the AC. Also, as you walk around, you start to notice that like a couple of important tchotchkes that you've heard stories about over and over again because your Evelyn lover is getting a little old. So she says the same story 2 or 3 times. Couple of the things like her memorabilia is like not where it should be. It's not enough missing to raise alarm, but it's enough like either she collected it on her way out or something is just like
Something's wrong.
missing. Felix, yeah, it's
I
somebody's
also got
been
a 12.
somebody's been running the AC in this house just like it's chilly. It's chilly in here. It's too cool. Um
Um,
Oh, kind of frigid in here, huh?
yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. It's never that cold. There's no way that she would have left it on.
Do you
Um,
see this Evelyn character anywhere? Is she here?
I so she doesn't drive. So unless she took a bus, but I have an air tag on her at all times. So like
give me a technology roll with the air tag.
okay. Probably shouldn't use my pyrotechnics.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I will
should.
say amusing, but also probably not.
No. Okay.
Legally generic tracking tag.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I probably should have
I
said
don't know
something
if
else.
there would be another way to put it. I don't know if anything else exists like
An
that.
air
But yeah,
tag is still Apple, yeah.
yeah.
An AR tag. Oh, that's a
An
different thing.
a tracking chip. I bugged her. 17.
Oh, 17.
Uh,
I have bugged Evelyn.
yeah.
So
So the house is just big enough that like when you like kind of like scroll in and you open it further, she should be her tag is like in her bedroom in like that chair in the corner of her bedroom that she like I'm gonna say knitting, but she probably doesn't knit. But I
oh,
for some reason in my mind I'm just picturing knitting.
the, the horror films that are coming to mind. Okay.
You really like your roommate, you know? Everything
I
you
know.
have Felix is here with you.
I know.
Felix,
Okay.
have you like gone ahead to scout any other portions of the house? Are you looking for the AC or are you just hanging out with
Uh,
Leah?
yeah, I think while she's checking her phone for the tag, I am scoping out sort of like opening random doors and just being like, Evelyn.
You come to a door that when you touch it and like it feels hot to your touch because it's so cold. And like when you try to pull your hand away, it's like almost like you stuck like your tongue to like a frozen like you like your hand has trouble coming away from the doorknob.
Is
Um,
not normal.
uh, yeah, I'm gonna like maybe fiddle with that a little bit and
please give me a grapple. Please give me a might roll.
a might roll. What a
So scary.
lovely roll for me.
I don't know what you're scared of. It's just cold.
It's not normal.
You're
Ooh,
making
that's a
it bigger in your
13.
mind. Yeah, you get your hand off of the really cool doorknob. Um, Leia, that is the doorknob to Evelyn's bedroom.
Oh,
That is
great.
what he's
That's
standing in front of right now.
fantastic.
It's getting colder as you get closer, by the way.
Yeah, of course it is. Okay. So she's I'm a lot. So I'm gonna go in if I can.
I need you to give me a
Secret knock.
brawn roll.
Ron. Okay.
Unless you can think, how is your athletics higher?
Yeah, for sure.
Give me an athletics roll then. I want to give you the best
Felix-
chance possible at this.
Felix is just gonna say, you might not want to use the door handle. It's kind of stuck.
You have like a decorative impression on your palm now from the door. It was so cold.
I mean, that was a 23.
Ooh, that's a dang.
You bring the
Oh,
door
love that.
down, and you see, you actually like the door like falls like boom, like you were dedicated, and it's pretty good job you were dedicated because Evelyn is sitting up in her chair, but she's also frozen as you look and see, and I'm going to pull this up for everybody to see. You see Freezer Face, who is currently going through her like dresser, looking for stuff to put because Freezer Face has like a little compartment canonically to like take stuff. And Freezer Face chuckles and go, new friends.
Crummy.
Oh my gosh!
Would you
What
like
the
to,
heck is that?
would you like to do anything before we all roll initiative?
I mean, we should probably let the others know that there's somebody in the house.
How would you like to accomplish that
call.
task?
Yeah, I would like to call them like the comms or whatever we have.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
Okay.
And then we're what would you like to say to the Rangers in the van?
Rangers and not Rangers. That's a terrible idea because
Hey, buddies.
hey buddies.
We have an unexpected friend.
Could this be a text?
Yeah. She's just gonna be like, SOS inside, please.
That's great. Please give me initiative rolls for SOS inside. Anyone that's going to hop out of the van and follow, please do also give initiative rolls. Freezer Face also has initiative.
Can I, before I get out of the van, can I put my number in and morph?
Yes, because otherwise morphing is a standard action. So
That sounds like a great idea. I want to do that too.
Yeah.
all right.
Oh, I would. Oh no, 11's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yes, it will take them time to get to you, so your first thing will have to just be unmorphed anyways. So let's see what we go here. So Felix, you got a 5. You're going to have to spend a standard action to morph, because you are very close to the villain. Leia, you've got an 11.
Mm-hmm.
Jules, you have an 18. And Ace, you have a 19. And Link, you also have an 18. Link, would you please re-roll, just like roll a d20 instead of re-rolling initiative all over again?
Okay.
And then, so everybody in the van that's getting out of the van is probably
Nice.
So if you're hopping out of the van, so we'll do this a little non-traditionally. Jules, do you want to type in your number and however you're going to morph as you hop out of the van? It is in the Discord if you wish to remember your number. I believe I pinned it. I hope I pinned it. I dreamt that I pinned it.
You did.
Great. Fabulous.
I just realized I was muted on stream. Yes, I would like to push in 216 and blue. Trying to remember how I morph on this one. I just have to press it in, right? I don't have to do anything?
Yes, you just press it in and press enter. If you wish to exclaim anything, you can.
No, I'm okay.
Up to you.
No, I'll just push my number in, and as I'm getting out of the van, I am morphed. Or when I get out of the van, I am morphed.
It will take you a full turn to run into the house. So unless there's an action you want to take, free action.
Probably just through the communicator, say we're on our way.
All right. Ace, are you morphing as you get out of the van?
Yes, I am dialing 309, and I look at Link and go, "Let's rock," and then morph as I move to the house.
Do you have a free action that you'd like to do?
That's a good question.
Reactions include any skill checks, observation, entering passcodes, etc., etc.
Entering passcodes. Passcode.
Just as an example. You don't have a passcode, but like later, if you happen to need that information.
I would like to draw whichever weapon we have this week.
You have a blade blaster. You actually have a blaster, but I gave it a blade because I was being silly. So you have a blade blaster. That's what you have right now.
And then I will fail an alertness check to see if I can notice anything.
Yeah, you should do an alertness check. Also, there's no mechanic for drawing your blade blaster, so you don't have to do it to use it, because you have up to 6 hands. So there's no like draw mechanic in this game. But yeah, please give me that alertness roll.
Yeah, see.
That's a 6. You're correct. You notice you're by a very cute little home. All right, and then Link, you got a 20 as you get out of the van. Are you morphing?
Yep, 508.
508.
Let's do this.
But do you have any free action you wish to take?
Yeah, we have free action.
Yeah.
I would like to observe, since we're still outside, to see if any of the neighbors are in the
Yeah. We love an alertness roll.
Yep. See what's going on with the neighborhood. Let's see.
By the way, I've named it Freezer Face, but this Freezer-themed villain does actually occur in one of the Sentai and/or Power Ranger series. This is a real villain in one of the seasons.
I was going to ask you which one it's from because I don't recognize it.
I googled ice-themed villains, and so I can't remember exactly, but this is definitely a real villain. Like I pulled it straight from the Ranger Sentai wiki. So Link, everybody is kind of inside with their curtains drawn. The only thing anybody would notice is the van that has Ernie's Pawn Shop logo on it, but that could be anything, really. All right, let's have some fun. Freezer Face is going to go first. It's not a big room, so there's not really a lot of movement space, but Freezer Face is going to look at you, Leia, and it is going to jump forward and try to grapple you with a freezing grab. And it's going to make that high-pitched chuckle again as it does so. What is your
No.
toughness?
Probably not very high. It's a 12.
Well, I only got a 6, and so
Yeah.
the bed is very springy, and so like it tries to grab you, and it springs, and it just like over. But you do notice as it kind of hits the wall on the other side, it leaves like ice on the wall from where its hands touched. Oh,
Cool.
really sad. I thought that. Cool. I love it. It's a pun. And it is your turn to recompense as you may.
Okay. She's gonna blast him.
Okay, that's
Well,
fair.
you're not morphed yet, are you?
Oh crap!
Yes,
I
you're
have
not
to morph.
morphed. Please use your standard action and morph.
Yeah.
Do you think we should probably do that thing where we transform into superheroes now?
Yeah, you're probably a really, really good plan. Let's do that. Let's do that now. Mm-hmm.
Please enter your number into your ridge morpher.
She will go ahead and put in 415. 412 is Pittsburgh area code. Sorry, guys. 415. And she will, as she hits it, she will say, as the kids say these days, LFG. And I say it like that so I don't get in trouble. And she pushes the button.
Great.
And she.
Yes. And so, yeah, you have transformed. You can also use a free action to do anything, or you can still move, because your standard action does not keep you from moving.
But I can't shoot him.
You can't shoot, but you can move. You can do anything involving a skill check.
I'm gonna move myself in front of Evelyn. Position myself in front of her so that if he does do anything, it hits me and not her.
Give me an alertness roll.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 12. You remember how you made that quip earlier about mannequins? I think that was you. Someone made a quip earlier about fighting all of your loved one as mannequins.
Uh-huh.
She's not that, but she's like frozen as if she were a mannequin in the seated position.
Cool. Yeah, definitely not like any horror film that I've seen recently or anything.
Not at all. Felix, it's your turn.
Lovely. I'm gonna bust out my wrist morpher and type in 110 and transform into the pink Power Ranger. I'd like to maybe have can I roll maybe like a persuasion or something to like make the monster like target me instead of Leia?
Yeah, that's very noble of you. Go ahead and you can roll persuasion, deception, or intimidation.
Cool. I'm gonna roll persuasion, and I'm gonna say something along the lines of you ready to dance, Freezer Face?
All right.
Boom. Boom. Oh, that's his actual name.
His name is Freezer Face. Yes, that is correct.
I thought I was being quippy.
So that is a 12.
I'm not.
Unfortunately, his cleverness is 19.
He's a smart one, huh?
He's clever. He's not smart. There's a difference in this game.
He's a smart
But yeah. So that's super exciting. I'm having such a good time. Link, it's your turn as you enter the house. You are morphed, so it's not as cold for you, but it's hard not to kind of notice the icicles forming on things the longer you're inside.
Right. I'm assuming I can hear like Felix's attempted quip.
Yes, it's not a very big house.
All right, cool. I'm making my way towards the sound.
You'll get there in time. What would you like to do once you are there?
Yeah, might as well attack the freezer monster
How would you like to attack, Freezer Face?
Let's see. This is considered the next day, right?
This is considered the next day, yes.
Cool.
Ah, cool.
Well,
I appreciate all the ice-themed puns. Thank you all.
I'm gonna go ahead and activate Illuminate since I can use it once per session. It says I can do energy damage.
All right.
So, and then Link is gonna go up and do his best impression of like a caught up punch, like straight jab right into him.
Great. Give me that punch with a snag because it's very close quarters.
Okay.
Also, I love that this freezer face has a jawline, and then the open freezer door is also a jaw, which is just so much jaw action.
Of course, I would have got
It's
an
a
18 if
4.
not for the snag.
Your fist, like, you are trying to avoid hitting Felix, and so you're trying to get the monster, and you kind of do a circular thing, and you, like, your fist ends up, like, in between the mattress and the box spring.
Well, see, that's why I went for a straight jab. It's a straight
True.
punch. There's no curve. There's none of that. Why would
Felix was in the way. If you had tried, I guess, unless Felix is okay with being punched, that's up to you.
No, I have to avoid them. I didn't realize Felix was in the doorway.
I didn't know I was either, to be fair.
It is what it is.
Is what it is. Ace, it's your turn.
Am I inside or do I still need to move inside?
You'll have it. You are far enough now with movement that you will be inside to do as you wish.
All right, so everybody else is cramming up. So I am just going to take an action to aim. I'm going to yell out to Freezer Face, and you just need to chill out, buddy.
Fabulous. Please give me that with a snack because there's a lot of people currently now in this room.
Okay, so that's just going to be at base then because aiming gives me. No, it doesn't.
Aiming gives you a shift up.
Yeah, it gives me a shift up. Yeah. I don't know the difficulty. Well, I'm gonna miss. Oh, what do you know? 16.
16. You hit Freezer Face, and Freezer Face goes, "Ah! What did I ever do to you? That's a great gun! I want it for my own."
Well, you can have one. You just gotta not be a bad guy.
Oh, always a catch. Jules, it's your turn. Have you ever danced with Freezer Face in the pale moonlight?
I am going to. I'm gonna try to stab. I'm gonna pull out my blade blaster and try to stab it.
Great. I'm not going to make you roll this with a snag.
I don't like the way you're smiling at me right now.
It's fine. Just go ahead.
Oh,
I'm having a great day.
I got a 9 anyway, so I.
I heard so many things happening once. So that 9 is not going to meet anything, but you do, as you kind of lunge forward to stab, you do hear the noise of tangas from afar, and their very legally distinct squawk that I'm not going to make, so I don't get in trouble with the Power Ranger folks.
I'm gonna say that we have some furry. It sounds like we have some furry friends coming in to join the party. To everybody.
All right, that's fair. It's
Feathery?
Freezer Face's turn.
Feathery
what was
friends.
that?
Feathery friends,
Feathery
probably not furry
Feathery
friends.
friends. It's Freezer Face's turn. They did not like getting hit by a gun, and so Ace, they are going to come after you. They are going to attempt. Um, they're actually going to try to jump onto you in order to get your gun. What is your evasion?
I don't know. 14.
They get the jump on you, as it
But
were. Aha!
can I tell you need to roll with a snag because it's a crowded room?
Yeah, sure. I will roll it again. That's perfectly fine.
Just he's still gonna get it. It don't matter.
You don't know that.
No, I do.
That was a 16. So yes, so now you are prone with a giant jaw Jack Frost themed freezer atop you. And it gets real cold, real quick. Even with your suit on, you can feel the cold. Leia, it's all going a little south.
Is
Oh,
she's gonna go ahead and shoot him now that she can.
Yes, it's all going a little south pole.
I love it.
somebody get him some baking soda. Jeez.
So targeting would be if I'm gonna blast him.
Yes, targeting. And because there
Okay.
was jumping, there's enough of a clear shot now that it's not a snag.
Okay. Oh, for crying out loud.
That's a 5.
Five.
So you are
No, 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 no. Don't make me shoot him.
no. So the reason you got a 5 is you got real distracted because a Tenga crashed through the window, and they are currently going to make their way toward Evelyn.
Freaking birds.
I know, birds are the
Birds,
worst.
man. All right. Well, I guess she doesn't do anything. She's just still gonna like keep herself firmly planted in front of Evelyn, though.
That's fair. Also, aren't birds like your big phobia as well? So
No,
it's not a great day.
maybe
Oh,
no.
someone
I
had
don't
a
think
word
so.
for me.
We talked about this.
Okay.
Like, I definitely, I'm not afraid of them, but they're definitely not my favorite thing. I don't like geese specifically.
Well, nobody likes geese. They're not
Yeah.
even tasty. Felix, it's your turn. There's chaos, and it's very cold.
Talk about an ice bucket challenge. I'm
Yeah.
going to
Boo this man! People in chat, boo this man!
um I'm going to
Oh, that was
spend a personal power point to use my volley shot, and I am going to
Oh, it was from Kira
shoot
Major. I
the
can't remember. I couldn't remember which one it was from. Yes.
I'm going to use my volley shot to shoot the Tenga.
All right. Go ahead.
I'm on it. 21. That's 2 shots, by the way.
Great. You do shoot the Tenga. You shoot it twice. It is injured, but it is still up, and it is very unhappy. Leia, you can hear it kind of shrieking, but that didn't hit you, which is great. And you actually, Felix, in your helmet here, aye, almost level 3, and you like hear Alpha saying something. And there's something happening in the background, but you don't know what it is yet. But you have that in your brain. And then we're gonna go to the top of the round. Link, it's your turn.
Okay. Right now, Freeze Your Face is on top of my buddy, right?
Yes. It's a
Okay.
very chill situation.
All right. Well, I want to keep him from turning my friend into a snow cone. So I'm gonna.
All right. It's cooler than being cold. What would you like to do?
I am. Give me a second. I want to check something. I want to try and. Are they like on the ground, or are they still like wrestling while standing up?
No, they are prone now. They are both prone. It just so
Okay.
happens Freezer faces looking down, trying to grab onto the weapon.
Right. So what I want to do is I want to run up and basically soccer kick Freezer face in the midsection to try and kick him off my friend.
Sure, that's fair. Give me that might roll with whatever bonus Illuminate will give you.
Yeah, of course I rolled a terrible roll.
That is a 9. It's like kicking the side of a freezer, which goes about as well as kicking the side of a freezer goes. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Strangle roll 20, but other than that, I'm done for the round.
It happens. Ace, it is your turn. Would you like to do a might roll to get out of this grapple? Would you like to try to kick with might to get Freezer face away from you? What would you? You're getting chilly.
Okay, so I can try to escape with athletics, brawn, or finesse. I suppose I will
You
try
could
to.
also, you have the weapon aimed. You could like blast at very close range.
Yeah, but I get a snag on that because I'm grappled.
Oh, it's true. I mean, you can still try it. I'm not going to stop you.
I could try, yeah. That'd be a nice try, but I'm not going to do it. I will try athletics to escape, I guess.
That's fair.
$21.
21. You escape. You have enough movement to get up to standing. It is significantly less cold than it was a moment ago, which is great.
And then I will point my gun at him and go, that's using my get out of hail free card there, buddy.
Oh, it's so good. I love this. I'm just going to do all the ice themed puns for this commercial. Jules, it's your turn.
All right.
The ice Jules cometh.
I was going to say all hail is breaking loose, but, that works too.
Oh, no, that's so good. So good.
I'm not really good at anything but smart stuff, so I think I'm just going to try to stab it again.
I like that you slipped into your Drew voice while you were trying to do the ice pun. By the way, I'm very happy. Yeah, I mean, go for it, stab it. It's surprisingly its toughness is only 14.
I got a 24.
Yeah, you definitely stab it. It's very chilly, but you stab. You do the job wonderfully. All right, and then it's going to be the Tanga's turn. The Tanga is going to do. Submit. The Tanga is going to move forward and attempt to grab Evelyn. But not only was the roll bad, but you are also in the way, and they just definitely gave away the thing that they are trying to do. Leia. It is actually the Freezer Face's turn, and the Freezer's going to kind of look over and go, no, we need to let it do what it's supposed to do. And Freezer Face is going to try to chill the room with ice breath. This ice breath is going to make it very cold. They're actually aiming more for you than anything else, Leia. And if this is higher than your evasion, you're going to be temporarily frozen.
Nope. Yay. I love when
It's a
he fails.
6.
Yeah,
It does break a
Hmm.
mirror nearby, which is sad. But you are not frozen, which is very good. And it is also your turn.
Okay, so oh, um I don't
It
know
looks
whether I
like they're
should go
trying to
for
steal Evelyn.
I know. So I feel like I need to go after the Tenga that tried to get at her, but like, he's their boss. So yeah, she's gonna shoot. How close am I to the Tenga? Would there be a disadvantage situation, a snag situation if I try to shoot it?
No.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that.
Don't forget our
Um
Blue Ranger gives us something.
yeah.
Oh
forgot.
yeah.
Yep.
I forgot.
I forgot about
No,
that
thankfully
too.
I did
Sorry.
not. That's okay. I love how the skill
I
shift
was
just
just
feels
going to let
running at
you
full wall.
forget because I also forgot. That's why I have to write things down.
14?
A 14?
I don't know how it works in this, whether it meets and beats.
It meets both evasion and toughness, so it doesn't really matter. But you shoot the Tanga, and the Tanga goes down, and Freezer Face goes, "Oh, you're ruining everything!"
Of course we did. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, it's so good.
Hell,
Felix, it's your turn.
Great. Now that the Tanga is down, I am going to switch my aim to Freezer Face. And
quick,
I'm
are
gonna
there more birds? Was that the only bird?
just the one, I thought, right?
Only one you've seen.
I think in this room we would probably notice.
Yes, but no one has rolled the alertness for outside, so who knows what's going on out there?
It's fair. Okay, sorry.
Probably has something to do with the pigeons that were out front.
Were the
Hey,
pigeons
Um,
secretly putties that were secretly tangas?
God, that's so good. Yes, definitely, but no, they weren't. That's a lot.
Oh.
They're double agents.
I am going to target. I'm going to use my last PowerPoint to target with my volley shot the Freezer Face.
All right, that's fair.
And thanks for reminding me that we get a +1 with Blade Blaster, or is it just an edge?
It's a shift up, I think. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, it's a shift up.
It's a shift up.
One shift up.
It is a +1. Okay, rock and roll. Cool. Shift up to a D8. Oh, that's a 16.
That's a
Damn it.
16, but Freezer Face's toughness is only 14.
Oh, well then, great. I feel like you've been having us like face really tough monsters lately, so I keep thinking it's probably going to be higher.
Their evasion was pretty high, but you still beat that, so. Yeah, so it gets warmer pretty immediately as Felix's shot hits the freezer, and the laser beam just kind of goes through it, and it starts to melt into a puddle before your eyes. You do hear outside the window the sound of more tangas, but as Evelyn starts to breathe a little bit, and starts to defrost almost immediately, they seem to lose interest and kind of go off to do whatever tangas do. You have Alpha's voice in your head. No one else has heard that. Is there anything anyone else would like to do inside? As
Man,
it
Freezer
warms
Face
up.
was no joke.
Yes, just like that.
All right.
I'm going to be retitling this episode "The Puns of Ice," the Ice Capades. I'm going to think of a good ice pun to retitle this episode for the YouTube upload.
So, the Tenga came in through the window, right?
Yes. Well, now it's just a hole with some glass on the floor. But yes, there was a window there at one point.
All right. So I'm gonna Link is gonna like dive through the window to like check around outside.
Yeah, give me that alertness roll.
Right.
Give me that alertness roll as you dive out the window.
Where? There it is.
That's just what the Tangas are going to say.
Hey, I got a 16.
Yeah, you did get a 16. 16 just evades the Tanga. As you see one kind of dive down to get you, but you roll out of the way just in time, and then it starts flying back up to fly away.
All right, I want to grab my blade blaster because I'm not letting it escape.
Yeah, we're not in combat, so you can certainly try to blade blast that Tenga.
Well,
blast
gonna take
that
some.
Tenga. You're not going to blade blast.
I do want to take some time to aim and then shoot.
That's fair.
$17.
17. You hit the Tanga, but it is not already injured, so it kind of squawks as it flies off, very annoyed, which may have repercussions later, but they're also Tangas, so they may not remember later. They were not bred for their brightness.
Crap. Is it out of range, or can I try and shoot it again?
It is swiftly out of range because you cannot fly. So the kindly grandmotherly roommate is beginning to defrost. You can decide if you want to make sure she's okay, if you want to announce who you are, if you want to whatever you'd like, however you'd like to double check to make sure she's okay.
Can I quickly demorph, like before she gets her senses together?
Yeah, you totally can.
Yeah, so I'll do that. And then she's gonna like take all the blankets that they have in the room, and she's gonna like run around to the different rooms in her bedroom and like towels in the linen closet, and just kind of like pile the towels and and like wrap her up in 3 comforters, and maybe she'll go get the her hair dryer and just sort of like try to warm her up and like panicking.
Yeah.
She's so old.
She doesn't really seem very alert. She's very confused because she's very cold. She doesn't really try to talk, but she says, "Thank you, dear." She doesn't question anyone else that stayed in the room. She's like, I think I need a window repairman, and I got a chill. I guess I don't know my own strength. Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, that was just an
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't know. Like I think the AC may be busted or something, because it was really cold when I walked in, and then you were just kind of like not responding, and I'm just, are you okay? Are you good? Do I need to take you to the hospital? Like, are you okay?
Oh dear. I think I'm okay. I have lots of blankets. I can make some tea later. You know they don't take Blue Cross at the hospital. I don't have the money to go to a hospital. Out of character, we're in America. No one can afford the hospital in the city, even here in Centurion Ridge. True facts of life. Out of GM, I will also say that she'll be okay, so she doesn't need to go to the hospital.
Okay.
Unless you become very over worried. But that will give you a sense of what Ivan is up to as far as you can tell.
Okay.
It wasn't. It was pretty obvious. It was not exactly what you would call discreet. So.
Yeah. So she's gonna make her tea, and bring her tea back to her.
Did the rest of you stay in the home?
Before I leave, I'm going to look at her and go, I hope you can find somebody to fix this damage, but I heard there's a hiring freeze, and walk out.
Lovely.
Are you
You're
still
not
at,
getting
like,
a story
shopping?
point for that. She's very confused and very cold. You're not getting a story point for a pun.
Are you
that.
still in ranger gear?
Well, yeah, because I haven't had time to.
Okay. I love how she's just gonna wake up to a random Power Ranger in her bedroom.
I mean, there was like a freezer with a face on it earlier up in
Yeah,
her face, so like,
she was, yeah, but
yeah.
She's
um,
old. She's not going to
yeah.
remember.
you'd be surprised what she remembers. But
It's
yeah,
true.
no, so she's gonna just be like, yeah, not helpful. We'll find somebody to fix it. Or I can fix it. We'll make sure it gets fixed.
You're very handy, dear. I'm glad to see you're safe. There was a very scary something was happening with the TV. I was trying to watch 60 Minutes, and there was a voice that was telling me to do things, to follow something. It's
Hmm,
will find follow find something, and like her mind just goes. She's
right.
trying to remember something that like her brain just can't wrap itself around.
It's okay. We're gonna take care of it. And my friends here took care of the guy, and just it's everything is fine as long as you're okay.
Oh, I'm very cold, but I've been through worse, you know.
I
I
know,
was
I know.
I was alive for the McCarthy scare, so
That's
everything
true.
is cake compared to that.
You've
He
been
was not a
alive for a lot
delightful
of them.
man. He was very
No,
angry.
McCarthy, no. And you were around. I mean, but you've taken out your share of scary guys. So
I know I was going to punch the box, but it was very quick. I didn't.
it's okay. It's all right.
It was very quick.
That's why my friends are here to help.
Yeah, she's struggling to stay awake
Yeah.
too.
So I'm gonna
She
put her
is
in bed.
yeah, she is very you wipe off the debris from the open window and set her
Poor
on her
baby.
bed. Been a long day, but yeah, just in the interest of the episode and time, is anyone going to do anything else in the house? Okay.
Back to the van.
As you go back to the van, Felix, you hear "aye aye aye," and then the rest of you hear "aye aye aye" in your helmets from Alpha 5. As Felix, you hear level 3 armor acquired, and Felix, you're going to go up to level 3. And you're going to
Whoa.
hear from Alpha 5. Aye aye, Rangers. Can you hear me? Am I coming through?
Mm-hmm. I can't
Loud and clear.
Oh, that's good. So I have been working on ways to help you move quickly around the city to respond to emergencies, since you've got one right now. I found this technology in my lore library, and I've crafted something for you. You'll be able to upgrade them. You'll have to learn how to fix them because I can't be there all the time when they get damaged. But this will hopefully help you all get around the city and respond to crises quicker than you could. It'll activate when you reach level 3 in your armor. Has anyone reached level 3 yet?
I think I just got a little notification that I've reached level 3.
Oh, okay. Please, so I'm gonna see. I'm working on the teleportation still, so I want you to take your morpher. I want you to punch in the code, your code on your morpher. You can
Okay,
still see
I
your morpher, yeah. So yeah,
all right, I punch in 110. What happens?
give me a second. It's building
Are we gonna get
suspense, but I'm also doing a thing. Uh, there is a buzz of pink energy on the sidewalk, and there's an outline of something kind of long, kind of looks like a trapezoid, and slowly but surely it comes into focus, and it looks, for all intents and purposes, like a hover car. And Alpha says, I'm calling them Ridge Racers because you live in Centurion Ridge. And so, Felix Boucheron, as you approach level 3, you should be able to now see it in roll 20. You are the first bearer of the Centurion Ridge Racer. Yours is pink. The Centurion Ridge Racers can be upgraded to include things in the way that you can upgrade both a sword and a weapon. But as you reach level 3, each of you will get a level 1 Ridge Racer, and you should be able to see what that will do for you. But the rest of you kind of look on as the Pink Ranger's hovercraft begins, and Alpha goes, aye, aye, once you reach level 3, you'll be able to get around the city much quicker. It's not teleportation, but it's something. I hope that you find this helpful. It should work. It shouldn't explode, Alpha says, which is always incredibly helpful to know. Yeah.
Way to instill confidence there, Alpha.
You're welcome, Alpha says.
I guess we are splitting up.
And so your Centurion Ridge Racer, actually have a picture so everyone can see what these looks like. Where did I put the
Yeah,
picture?
I'm not seeing like I'm assuming there's gonna be like a little
Yeah, go to your character. It's going to be right under your character. You should see it.
Oh, I do see it. Okay.
Yes. Yeah,
Ooh.
and so I'm going to do this so everyone can see. Show to players. Show to players. That should
Flyby attack.
I just have the blue one out because that was the one that I thought gave the best profile. But everyone should be able to see this. Why is it not letting me do that in all players? Save changes. There we go. So you should all hopefully be able to see now what that's going to look like, but you all are going to get a hovercraft once you reach level 3. Felix is the first one to do as such. Yes, so the next portion has begun, and it involves hovercrafts, which everyone loves. You are going to be able to use those via your driving skill. If you don't have a skill in driving, I'm not going to do the snag penalty right away, just so that you actually have a chance to use it and don't hilariously crash every time you attempt it, because I want good things for my Rangers. And I want good things for all of you in the audience. And next time, we will visit more Ranger homes and see what other shenanigans can be approached and what exactly Ivan Ooze is up to besides freezing senior citizens in Centurion Ridge. We'll see you again in a couple weeks' time for Power Rangers Centurion. As always, let us rock it, and may the power protect you. Bye.